Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. The United States and Iran have reportedly reached an outline agreement to extend their ceasefire following the latest regional attacks. According to an Axios report, the proposed understanding includes a 60-day truce extension and the launch of negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. The deal still requires approval from US President Donald Trump after Iran targeted a US airbase in Kuwait following recent American strikes. The US Treasury Department has removed 76 individuals, vessels, and entities from its Sanctions Blacklist in what officials describe as an effort to strengthen the effectiveness of the sanctions program. Officials say the move is aimed at focusing enforcement on higher-risk targets and reducing unnecessary compliance burdens on businesses. The Treasury Department noted that some of the delisted entities no longer exist, while others involved individuals who had died. Two US lawmakers are urging Washington to provide Ukraine with more air defense missiles amid fears of intensified Russian attacks. The appeal follows a request by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for additional Patriot missile systems and interceptors to protect Kyiv from ballistic missile strikes. Ukrainian officials say the Patriot system remains the country's most effective defense against Russian missile attacks. US forces deployed to war zones have been targeted using commercially available location data. In a letter shared with Reuters by US Senator Ron Wyden, Central Command said it had received multiple threat reports concerning adversary exploitation of commercial location data to target or surveil US personnel in theatre. In the letter sent to the Pentagon, Wyden and a bipartisan group of legislators said commercial location data can be used to identify where US troops congregate and their pattern of life, which can be exploited by adversaries to target attacks such as missiles, drones, and roadside bombs, as well as for counterintelligence purposes. The fragile ceasefire between the United States and Iran has come under renewed strain after the US military carried out fresh strikes on an Iranian drone operation near the Strait of Hormuz, prompting Iran's Revolutionary Guard to target a US airbase in response. A US official said American forces shot down 4 Iranian one-way attack drones that posed a threat around the Strait of Hormuz. The official said the US also struck a ground control station in the strategic port city of Bandar Abbas as it was preparing to launch a 5th drone. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said it targeted a US airbase after what it called a US attack near Bandar Abbas airport. An Iranian news agency reported the IRGC targeted the airbase from which it said the attack on the Bandar Abbas control station had been launched. Kuwait's military has said that its air defences were confronting hostile missile and drone attacks as warning sirens sounded across the country. The army urged residents to follow official safety instructions, while saying any explosion sounds were caused by interception systems responding to the threats. Kuwait's General Staff of the Army said air defence systems had been activated to confront hostile missile and drone attacks. Trump has also appeared to threaten military force against Oman after rejecting reports of an imminent deal that would allow Iran and Oman to jointly manage traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. At the White House cabinet meeting, Trump said the strategic waterway would remain open to all and insisted that nobody would control it. He asserted that no single country would have control over the strait. Iran has expressed solidarity with Oman after US President Trump threatened military action against the Gulf nation if it tried to help Tehran exert control over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Esmail Baqai, said Tehran stands in solidarity with Oman after what he described as threats by US officials against regional countries. In a statement, Baqai also strongly condemned recent US strikes on Iran's port city of Bandar Abbas and described the attacks as aggressive actions against the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of Iran. A A conflict between the US and China over Taiwan may risk a nuclear escalation, with both militaries likely to stage sweeping operations targeting rival command and communications hubs. In a strategic assessment, London-based International Institute for Strategic Studies said the world was on the cusp of a new nuclear arms race, with the Asia-Pacific at its core. The assessment said regional states and those with strategic interests are expanding their nuclear arsenals, while non-nuclear weapons states pursue long-range conventional strike capabilities, both challenging strategic stability. Israel's military has said that it has begun striking Hezbollah infrastructure in southern Lebanon's Tyre region. The Israeli military also said that sirens were sounded in northern Israel due to hostile aircraft activity, where one soldier was killed and 2 were injured during operations. On Monday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel will escalate strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon. In retaliation, Hezbollah has launched a series of attacks on Israeli forces across southern Lebanon, as Israeli strikes intensified in Sidon, Tyre, Nabatea, and other areas, killing several people and deepening fears of a wider escalation. According to Lebanon's official national news agency, Hezbollah fired a rocket barrage at Israeli army vehicles parked near the town hall of Al-Qusayr in the Mar Jayun district. It also launched a missile strike on a building in Zouta al-Sharqiya that it said housed the secret command of the armed vehicles near the reservoir. The group said an Ababil attack helicopter also struck an Israeli Merkava tank stationed near the town's pond. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.